Hello, I'm T with Teresa H Creates, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've watched part 1 and you're here for part 2, or if you've watched any of my other videos. Everyone is welcome. If you haven't watched part 1 of this series, I will link it in the description box so that you can check that out if you want. This is part 2 of my winter themed journal, and I am making this journal from 2 winter themed digital kits that I purchased and printed from Etsy. And I'm going to pick right up where we left off on these signatures. So I wanted this to be a pretty chunky journal, and so I'm going to do 4 signatures. And I know that before in the first video I decided on 10 pages per signature, but I've actually increased that a little bit, and I'll share why. After selecting 6 of these printable images from the digital kits and putting them into the signature, I wanted to fill in some additional pages or folios with the tea-dyed and coffee-dyed papers that I have in my stash. And when I pulled out my tea-dyed papers, I came across this lovely stencil image of a cable knit sweater, and that is perfect for wintertime. I only had a couple of them though, and so I decided on camera, on video, that I was going to show you how to make a few more. And so that process is in the first video, but I did save one sheet because I wanted to show you how it turned out. So this is Spellbinders. It is the 8.5 by 11 cable knit stencil, and so I did place it over some sheets of regular printer paper applied, with the tea dye or the tea concentrate, and then came up with this beautiful image. So I did save this one so that I could show you how it turned out. Since we were just doing a small batch of them, small batches is actually perfect. I like that. They dry quickly and I can incorporate them right into my project. I think this one, all in all, probably took about 3 hours, and they were completely dry, this set. And what I love about this is not only do I have this beautiful cable knit impression in here, but look at this really neat impression that I got. So that tea had kind of bubbled up and it had like some little bubbles on it. So when I put it down and it dried, it left that impression on the edge there. I thought that was so cool. And then you can see some of it right here as well, where it was under the stencil. And I thought that that was pretty cool. So I do have this sheet that I'm going to add to one of these signatures. So after I worked in the additional sheets here of the tea dye paper, I ended up with just a few more than I wanted. I had 11. I ended up with 11 actual, folios per signature. And a folio is actually just this folded sheet. So this right here would be 1 folio. So 1 folio, that's 2 folios, and then together they make a signature. And then this signature contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 pages. So that's right. 1 signature, 12 folios, 24 pages. So I wanted to save the process of how I got to 12 from 10 with you. So let me set those aside. This is the one I'm working in. This one only has, I think, 9 folios at the moment. So I knew that this one was short because when we put this together, I only had 5 of these printables to go in this. I didn't have a 6th one. I knew that I was going to go back through the digital kit because I knew I had some of these large sheets that had the just these nice images, full images on them. And so I knew that I would go back and incorporate those. I found this one of this lovely bridge and I thought, this is gorgeous. I'm going to use it. And then as soon as I got this, I was like, now I've got my 10 sheets here. But then I wanted to add some additional tea-dyed papers, and that put me at 11. I couldn't have 11. So then I pulled out the rest of these entire sheets and I ended up with 4 of them. I have 4 signatures, so I added those, and now there we go. We've got 12 folios, 24 pages. So I wanted to save these though so you could see what I had done with these. So these were in the 8.5 by 11, and I went ahead and did the tea dye on the back so that I had that nice workable background. And now I am going to work these in. I know that I want this to be the center of that signature, so I am going to fold it in and then use my bone folder to go ahead and place that, let me see, to crease it. And okay, so this is currently my centerpiece, but I want that bridge there. I'm going to add this tea dye paper here. I'm going to add the bridge there. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 11 folios, so that was going to be the next one. I'm going to add this guy now. Let's see, one. Where do I want to put it? I think I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it right there. But I'm going to put the image out. There we go. I think that'll break it up a little bit. I'm going to be real gentle with it. A nice crease. And then set it there. Okay, and as you'll notice, I did ink up the edges of all of these pages in the signature. I used the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide and Gathered Twigs to go ahead and ink that up. This set already had a nice little border indicating the actual signature pages on it. And so Gathered Twig actually like matched that color perfectly. So I decided to just go ahead and carry that through onto all the pages. And I think that by doing that, by using a single color on all of these pages to kind of distress it, it brings it all together, makes it a lot more cohesive that way. So I did want to save this though, because I wanted to show you that after I got that done, what I needed to do is actually trim this up. Now you can do this, and I talked about it before because I'd indicated, or I'd explained that when you start packing these folios in like this, it starts to build up, so it starts pushing the center ones out a little bit, and they do need to be trimmed up if you choose. If you don't want to and you want it to be uneven on the end, that's totally a personal choice, and it's totally fine. You can do that. And what you could do is take your straight edge and a box cutter or an X-Acto blade, you can line it up, and then you can just trim along that edge. Just trim all the excess off. Not a problem. I'm actually going to use my big guillotine cutter. So let me pull it out. This is large X-Acto. I know that it can handle this, and so I'm going to use that for this purpose. And I'm not going to be trimming all that much off of this. I didn't go well, maybe I need to use my, let me pull this section out. I think I need to get this sharpened. I thought it was a self-sharpening, but it might not be, apparently, right? There we go. I just didn't like all that in there. Okay. So let me put this back together. I think height-wise, I think that one is fine. So I didn't trim it so that it was exact, but that's just the second one. I did leave them a little bit longer than these pages, and that was fine with me. So let me go to, I think I was doing 8 1/8 was the height on these. There we go. That was a good cut. I think I was just off a little bit before, which happens. It happens. Who hasn't made an off cut? Let me get rid of this scrap. Okay, and the next thing I need to do is go ahead and ink up these edges. Let me pull out my Gathered Twig. And get these inked up. I hope everyone's doing well. It seems like everyone I know has someone in their family who is sick right now. Like the flu is going around. Head colds, a lot of head colds. My niece ran a full marathon at Disney this weekend, and the family's still there, and a couple of them have come down with the flu. The others are healthy, but hopefully they'll be well enough to travel back when it's time. But also, what a bummer to be missing out on all the fun while you're at Disney. Although, to be honest with you, they go all the time. I want to say, I don't know, this is like 10 plus visits for them. And it's funny. So they have 3 daughters. I'm disclosing this, and hopefully none of them see it and report back to my brother-in-law. They go because my brother-in-law absolutely loves Disney. Like, every time they get ready to plan a vacation, he's like, Disney. And they're in Disney World in Florida. So I think it's so funny that they have the 3 girls, and it's always been him that wants to do the Disney trip. Kind of funny. But anyhow, hopefully they're feeling better soon. I was a little under the weather, I think right at the beginning of the year. It was just a head cold. But something about having a head cold, well, I mean, being sick, period, but that head cold, when I get a head cold like that, it wipes me out. It just completely zaps my energy. And I was exhausted. It didn't last terribly long, thank goodness. So I was able to get back on my feet pretty quickly, but I was tired. I didn't do anything for several days. All right, I need to get this side. I have put this poor foamy through its paces here. I need to get another one. I'm getting all these little cast-offs now. It was brand new when I started this, and I have inked up so many edges that it's just had it. It's done with me. And I'm sorry if this bothers any of you, this noise. We're almost done. We're almost finished here. We've got one more after this, and then we'll move on to the next bit. I just wanted to make sure that you were part of that and saw kind of the thought behind that whole decision-making process on how I was going to go from 10 pages to 12 pages and how I was, you know, putting my actual signatures together. This is going to be a very large journal. For me anyway. So if I've got 24, so it'll be just under 100 pages. That is crazy. So it's nice and you're putting it together and it feels great, but then when you get to the decorating part and it's like never ending, I don't know about you, but I'm always like, why did I do so many? My next signature will only have 5 pages. And then my thing is that I always want to try to be very original too. So I'm like, these all can't be the same. I can't put the same pockets. I can't put the same whatever. So trying to come up with, you know, new ideas for tuck spots and pockets and corners and everything. It's just, oh my goodness. Anyway, it's too much. It's too much. All right, there we go. And then that's our beautiful center. Oh, look how pretty that is. And look, they're not all the same height. They're not all the same width, and that's fine. I like that variation, but they're all close enough that they're pretty, you know, they're pretty consistent there. Let me get I have got to clean this. This is my nasty microfiber that I use in here, and I wipe everything on it. I wipe my stamps, I wipe everything on it. It just gets nasty. Okay, so this was the 4th signature. And I know you're glad that that's done with, right? All that inking. However, I will say I didn't do all of them on camera. So at least there's that. I only did a couple of pages. All right, so moving on, I went back to my stash, and I thought I have all of these lovely pages here. These little half sheets that should have been printed on the backs of some of these, but I didn't have the option of printing double-sided the day that I was printing. So I just printed them out individually, and I was like, I'll find a way to incorporate them. And so what I've done is I went ahead and took my straight edge, and I have torn them so they have kind of a little bit of a rough edge. Get this longer side. I'm not sure how many of these I had. We'll count them up in a second. I wanted to show you what it looked like in the beginning so that if you're watching part 1 where I flipped through the entire collection, both kits, then you'll recognize all these pages that I'm using. So that's why I kept that one intact so I could show you. Oh, and then we're going to ink one more time. Sorry about that. So my thought is this, that I have all of these pages in here, and some of them are double-sided, some of them are not, right? But I could go in here and I could add these in here sporadically, right? To cover up some of these areas and to give some nice little pages with lines for writing, right? I thought that would be pretty. And then I've got a couple of these where I only had like half pages. Let me find one like this one, and I thought, oh, that'll be nice, you know, you can add something like that. Or it might be better to add maybe a pocket to cover up this since it's full. I don't know. Anyway, that was my thought. So we'll find homes for them, but I wanted to place them in there. The one thing that I did do though is I decided I wanted to ink the edges of this, and I wanted it to be a little bit of a darker color. So I got the Distress Oxide and Ground Espresso because I wanted to keep it in those brown tones to keep it neutral. But I wanted it to be just a little bit darker than that Gathered Twig so that there was some separation, because it was going to be next to all of the, you know, the other inked pages, and I didn't want it to be like exact. So I thought, well, if this one's a little bit darker, at least it'll stand out, right? It'll stand out a little bit. But again, we're using the same, you know, the same family. It's all browns. So I thought that would work. So here are the sheets I have. There's 1, 2, and I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that will be 3 per signature. That's perfect. Okay. So let's see. Signature 1. Oh, I think that's pretty. Doesn't it look pretty? I think it looks so pretty. And these all might be a little bit too big for these smaller ones. They weren't part of that collection. They were part of the larger collection anyway. But even this, even though it's got that large image, I don't think that's terrible. So that could always be an option. And then let me see. What did I use there? So let's maybe find some that kind of coordinate with that. I think these guys look good together. All right, so where were we? Maybe not. I can always use a smaller pocket or tuck spot. like that. Yep. And then there. I think so. And then we'll incorporate a lot. I had a lot of pockets and stuff with these, so I thought that was nice. Maybe here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'll glue those down in a little bit. I really kind of just want to place them right now. And then let's look at some of these images here. These are the homey ones with all the sweaters. So let's see. Let's do, I like this guy. And I like this one. Let's do that one. So pretty. Sorry, I got distracted. Stop and look at everything. Let's break that up. So, up there. I think it goes like this. How pretty. Maybe here. I think so. Okay. Nice. That's 2 down. All right. And then this one is the 3rd signature. What does this look like? Okay. What is this one? This has got more of the blues and the snowflakes. So let's do 1, 2, those 3. And then I'll do these 3 here. Okay. And this one might actually be kind of wide. I may have to trim that down a little bit. There's that little hint of blue right there, so I think I'm going to put this here. This hint of blue here. I think that I am going to put this here, but I don't know. I kind of like this. All right, that goes there. Should I switch out this one because there's a lot more of that blue? And put that one there. I like that, which means I'm going to go back to this one. And I am going to add this here, but I'm going to need to take off quite a bit of this. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to probably take off right there. Okay. I don't need to mark it. I've already got my eye on it. I'm going to eyeball it like I do everything else. I'm going to take off from this side. Let me line this up. I sometimes don't get my ruler and my page lined up straight. So then I end up, you know, cutting or tearing crooked and stuff, because I like to just put it down and just go to town and start ripping stuff. That's just me. All right, let me ink up this edge. I think that was a little crooked anyway, so that will actually work better. And there we go. Perfect. Perfect. That is really... Oh, because it's the back side of that. I was like, that is really white. I didn't leave that much white in there. Okay. Like, oh, I'm so inky. Okay. And now, this last set, I think that... I can't tell if they're supposed to be down here. I think that they are. Like, the lines are supposed to be down there. Okay. How cute is he? Okay, I like that. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm putting that in there so quickly, so that's just kind of a maybe. And then this one here. Perfect. All right, we're good. We're good. So that is perfect. Okay, let's go through what we have left as far as the printables go. I'm going to set my signatures aside and I'm pulling this out. Okay, so what I liked about one of these kits is that it did offer some images if you wanted to do something for Christmas, which I'm not doing on this one. It's purely winter themed. So I did go ahead and remove any of the Christmas items. So I went ahead, or images, I pulled these aside because I felt like, okay, these are Christmas. And then there were these two. And I like these images. However, I felt that they were a little bit more fall and not really winter. I felt like this gingerbread was a little too Christmas. This image, obviously, this was one of the actual signatures. And you can see where I was saying that I used that gathered twig to ink up all the edges because it matched what was already on there around that little border. So this should have been one of the signature pages, one of the folios. However, it was very Christmas. It was also very vintage, whereas the others just didn't kind of give that, they really didn't give that vintage vibe. I didn't use that, and I pulled this sheet out. So those are the only sheets that I don't plan on using that were in that kit, because they were, to me, either really Christmas or very fall. So I just didn't think that those would work. This one I did not use because I thought, you know what, I may end up using this on my cover. And then this was one of those large sheets that I used like the others, but I thought I might use this on the inside. So I'm going to set those aside because I think that's what I may do there. And then that leaves me with all of these pages that I can use to make pockets and tags and tucks and what have you. I've got all of these images and these pages. I think that they are so pretty. I know that I showed you this before, but now that I've used up quite a bit of the paper, and it's a little bit more, it's a little bit easier, I think, to see what we've got left. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside because, like I said, I'll be using those when I start making all of the tags and journal cards and things like that. Okay, and then this is all of the fussy cuts. And again, when we start decorating the actual signatures, then I'll go through and do that. These I pulled aside because I need to start cutting these out. This is a lot of fussy cutting, but these all in some form or fashion contain an envelope. These are pockets. These are some side pockets and things. So what I am going to do is I'm going to fussy cut these, ink them up, and then I will be back and we can start incorporating them into the actual signatures. All right, I'm back and I have cut out all of the envelopes and tucks and pockets and inked them up, got them ready to go. So I have these little corner pockets here and here, and then these little pockets, these tuck spots, and then those smaller ones, and then this, I think this was technically a pocket is what it called it. So it said to glue along the rounded side so you could, you know, tuck into the top here. So that's a pocket, 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 and then envelopes. So these size envelopes, and then this little coin envelope. So, all right, well, let's get started. Let's work these in. My problem is going to be like keeping it evenly distributed. I think that I will probably want to, you know, start piling it all up in one signature, and then I don't have anything left over for the rest of it. Oh, I think that's cute. What if we did a pocket here on the other side, the opposite side of this little sweater guy? I'm going to make pretty quick decisions. Otherwise, I could be here second guessing all night, and we don't want, you know, a 5-hour video. We just want this to go fairly quickly, smoothly. I'm using my art glitter glue. Put that in this corner. And then I'll have all those fussy cuts that are in there, those fussy cut elements that I'll be able to decorate a lot of these pages up. So that'll be nice. There's lots of journaling spots and everything. And then I think on this, I'll probably use those larger sheets that I had that had kind of the half images to kind of cover this portion of it and make maybe little pockets or tuck spots. And I think this would be a great spot to put something. Just got to figure out what. Is that too different? Maybe there'll be something else. I think that these are all too bright on that. Not loving it. What about something here? Or one of these here? I kind of like that. All right. Don't move on me. There we go. And then you'll be able to slip something in there. So oh, how cute. Okay, here's the sweater again. What if we did like this little spot here? I think that'd be cute. All right. Okay. Be something here. Got a little pocket like this down here. How cute. Okay, and then I've got 4 envelopes. Let's maybe put one of the larger ones in this one and a larger one in the last one. that go there? Be here? Because it's not going to fit that way, but it would fit this way, and you can always open it up and slide stuff in. So I think that that is what I will do. Do I want to leave it open though to tuck stuff behind it as well? I think I do. I can always glue it down later if I don't want that option. I think right now I'm going to leave that open. So that if I... and that is my puppy snoring. She is part, she's mixed breed. She's part English Bulldog, and that's what you hear coming out there. Oh my goodness, she's so loud. I am so sorry. Okay. Moving on. Hopefully I can distract you. That was so funny. She is too cute, my precious little baby. Maybe this guy. Kind of like that. Okay. I love that these printables provided all the little fold lines and everything. Made it super easy. Something here. Something like this. Is that a good spot for this guy? Yeah. I like that. Oops. All right. I've got this cute little tuck right here with that bear, and I was like, where's that bear image? Is it in this one? I think it might be in this one. This is coming together so nicely. I'm really liking it. Random birds. Ugh, I guess it's not in this one. It's okay. All right, we got to put a pocket in this one. So let's see. Okay, we got this pocket here. Sorry about the snoring. I think it's cute, but I'm a mom, so we always think our children are the cutest, right? Even our little fur babies. Maybe this one opposite. Yeah. What if I did this here? Maybe up a little higher. I could do the both of these. Does that look strange? I don't know. maybe if I use the little I'm going to use this little coin pocket. I'm going to put it in this corner, but I'm just going to glue here and here so that I can also tuck. Okay. All right. Okay. And I'm trying to be sparing with these so that I'll have, you know, stuff throughout and not just on one page. Okay. There he is. There's the bear. How cute. Okay, so we'll put the bear. If we put the bear here. Yeah. It's a good spot. Let me move this up. I hope I haven't been completely out of view this whole time. Okay. That corgi is too cute. Yes. All right. Now let's go back up to the front. What if I used this on one of these printed pages like this? You know? That's what I'm going to do. I'll put that there. Because this is pretty plain and I can put something on the front of it from those fussy cuts. Sorry, had that in my mouth. I do that all the time. I've got to stop doing that. Okay. And then let's see. Maybe this guy here, and then this one right above, because it's just a tiny little pocket. Cute, cute. I can't wait to get in here with all the little fussy cuts. Start putting those down. Make sure we've got kind of an even distribution here. I think I'm going to do that. Yep, that one goes that way. then the rest of these will go in the last signature. I hope that you guys are crafting along. Look, perfect, right? That you guys are crafting along with me. I'm enjoying working with the printables. Like I said, I usually use you know, pattern paper. I've just gotten so used to doing that, and I have tons and tons of printables, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be using them. So pretty. I absolutely love that. Let me see. Maybe we'll do it here. And you know what? Why don't I put that on that little cable knit? That's kind of cute there. Okay. Find somewhere for that larger envelope. We put it here. Yeah, it's not going to be, oh, no, I kind of like it like this, and I don't know why I keep wanting to turn these this way. And again, I'm going to just glue the sides and the bottom so that if I want to use it as a pocket, you know, behind the envelope, I can. Look at that. Maybe put that there. Such a cute little pocket. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to leave it as a pocket in this little corner so that if I decide to tuck something behind it, I can. And then if I change my mind later, I can always just glue it, you know, glue it down. But there we go. Okay. And that is that. Let me, my glue. Okay. So in the next video, I think I'll work on maybe the cover. I pulled this out. I don't know that the spine is actually going to be, oh, you know what? I didn't think that the spine would be wide enough for this, but this is actually perfect. Almost like it was made for it. And this cover, I just pulled off my shelf today, thinking maybe I'll try it, but I doubted that it was going to actually, you know, work right, especially once we got everything in there. But no, it does. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, and I'm thinking that maybe I want to do a hidden spine. So I don't know if I'm actually going to sew into this spine of this book or if I'm going to do a hidden spine. But apparently I found my cover. That was a lot easier than I expected. I really thought that I was going to have to go out and buy another book or thrift another book to salvage the cover so that we had a cover for this. So again, I'm kind of thinking, you know, cover image and then some of the inside, you know, decoration along with something to reinforce this spine. So in the next video, we're definitely going to be working on the cover because we now have a cover. And if you're watching this, if you've watched it all the way to the end, let me know in the comments what you think I should do, if I should sew into this spine or if I should do a hidden signature or a hidden spine for those signatures. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your time with me and for crafting along. If you don't mind, please consider subscribing and like the video so that it will get pushed out there and I can get good on the algorithms and start having my videos pushed out a little bit more. But I do appreciate all your support, and until next time, bye.